And you'll see that religion is the most political subject as well, or one of the most religious. Hey, I have to sell you on that? You tell me religion is not very political? Take a look at what the radical Islamists are doing with their religion. And how we have a religious establishment in this country, the Christian establishment, that is so meek that it's threatened to disappear in the next 50 years. It's so meek that it might disappear from the planet. Now compare the Christianity of today to that of the Crusaders, who saved Europe from the onslaught. Compare it. Oh, you're not supposed to say that. Are you supposed to turn the other cheek? No, my friends, you're not supposed to turn the other cheek. Read your Bible. You're supposed to defend yourself. Perhaps the most important rule of any religion is defend yourself against those who would take away your freedom of religion. How's that one? Does that work for you? And I want to remind you of something else. It was Christian crusaders who pushed the Muslims back out of France and out of Spain after the Muslims had invaded Spain and France and threatened to take over all of Europe and wipe Christianity off the map. It was only the Crusaders, who were all religious, devoutly religious Christians, who saved their own civilizations. And look what we have today. You have a spineless, liberal, communist establishment that hates Christianity and supports Islam. Think about that. Why are they so in love with Islam and so hateful of Christianity? Why are they such Christophobes? Why? How have they become so? What do they expect is waiting for them? They think they're going to be rewarded? Should Islam rise even further? All of the feminists? I can't believe the things I hear when the Ground Zero Mosque story was being debated so heavily a week ago. A woman gets up and says, I'm a lesbian and I'm a socialist and Muslims are being picked on and I want the mosque. The woman is a moron, an ignoramus. How does she get so brainwashed as to think that fundamentalist Muslims like lesbians and socialists? Where'd she get that from? How did they get so distorted that they don't even understand the digging their own graves, I ask myself. So today I showed you that nutrition and health are extremely political. I don't have to sell you on that idea. You know it with Obamacare. Tomorrow, if I say I'm going to do a religion segment, how much more do I have to tell you about religion and the intersection between religion and politics than every day in the news you read it? For example, I'm going to play a soundbite for you right now of what's going on in Paris from the radical Muslims, who are the brethren of those who want to build a Ground Zero Mosque. Play that clip. Go ahead.
This is a Friday in Paris, filmed by hidden camera. The streets are blocked by a huge crowd of Muslim worshippers, and it's enforced by private security. This is all illegal in France. The public worship, the blocked streets, and the private security. But the police have been ordered not to intervene. It shows that even though some in the French government want to get tough with the Muslims and ban the burqa, other parts of the French government continue to give Islam privileged status.
You hear this? The streets. Hold it. This is coming to a neighborhood near you. The spineless, communist, liberal slime are going to kill us all. They're going to kill all of us. Listen to the next one.
They are blocking the streets with barriers. They are praying on the ground, and the inhabitants of this district cannot leave their home nor go into their home during those prayers. The Muslims who are taking over those streets do not have any authorization. They do not go to the police headquarters, so it's completely illegal.
Go ahead, just keep playing it.
These Muslims have been granted unofficial rights that no Christian group is likely to get under France's laïcité or secularism law.
So it says people have the right to share any belief they want, any religion, but they have to practice at home or in the mosque, synagogues, churches, and so on.
Some say these Muslims must pray in the street because they need a larger mosque. But Maxime has observed cars coming from other parts of Paris, and he believes it's a weekly display of Muslim power.
They are coming there to show that they can take over some French streets, to show that they can conquer a part of the French territory.
Muslims are said to be no more than 10% of the French population, although no one knows for sure because French law prohibits population counts by religion. But the birth rate for Muslims is significantly higher than for native French. Some Muslim men are said to practice polygamy, in some cases with each extra wife having children and collecting a welfare check.
With Islam.
How's that, you liberal schmucks, you? You Mayor Dumberg in New York, you dumbbell you? You don't even know what's going on under your nose that the Victory Mosque that you're helping build is helping to lead a paving stone to your own demise, you moron. You think it's freedom of religion, you idiot? You have no idea it's a worldwide campaign against the West, you schmuck. At least that's how I see it. And I've been looking at things pretty clearly for a long period of time, and there's an awful lot of people who see things the way I do. Millions of them, in fact, who listen to this radio show on a daily basis, and millions of them who have bought my books over the years. And if you want to write it all off as right-wing stuff, I could say, just do so at your own risk and your own peril, you idiots. Sometimes those of us who are acting like Paul Revere, trying to save you from yourself, are correct, and you and your own stupid instincts are leading you to your own grave. This is what's going on in the world today. I believe in freedom of religion, but I also believe in the United States of America. I believe the United States of America has certain duties to its citizenry, and I don't have to spell them out to you. You take a look at Arizona, you've got Sheriff Joe trying to stop the stem of illegal drugs, illegal aliens, the gangs that are roaming wildly in the streets of Arizona. And what does our government do under Obama, the decorator? What does Obama, the decorator, cause Eric Holder, the Attorney General, to do? To harass and threaten Sheriff Joe with civil rights lawsuits for upholding the law. That's what he does. We have a rogue government. It's as though we have a rogue government that has been taken over by an extreme band of revolutionaries who are intent upon destroying America itself, taking it apart, steel beam by steel beam, just as the Obamas redecorated the Oval Office and turned it into something out of it looks like a rental or a double tree in, as people said. Have you ever heard of a president throwing out all the furniture and replacing it with corduroy furniture? Corduroy furniture in the Oval Office? Colors that don't project any presidential authority or power, instead projecting some kind of neutrality, neutral tones, as though any day anyone can occupy this so they could rent it out by the night to raise more revenue for the nation. Yes, the colors themselves depict exactly what's going on in the mind of this president. We have a big election coming up. As you all know, you're praying that you will throw the bums out. You're praying that women like Boxer will be gone forever, sent back to brassiere stores in Brooklyn, and you hope that there'll be a change. Let me tell you something. There will be a change, but it won't be what you think you're going to get. You're going to get a changing of the decoration. You're not going to get a fundamental changing of the political structure of this country. For example, Fiorina running against Boxer here in California. Yeah, well, you know what she came out for yesterday during the campaign? She came out for a program that would give free education to illegal aliens in colleges. So tell me what hope there is. Meg Whitman comes out and puts out advertisements saying, oh, I'm so much better than Jerry Brown, which of course she is. Anybody would be better than Jerry Brown. We've seen what Jerry Brown can do. But Meg Whitman comes out and says she's against the Arizona law. Again, catering to the illegal alien. Catering to the criminals who broke into this country, abused the systems, broke down the schools, broke down the hospitals, broke down the healthcare system in the country, and we have one politician after another catering to them, bending over backwards to them. Quite akin, wouldn't you say, to what the politicians in France are doing with the radical Muslims who have taken over certain streets. And that's a summary thus far in the Savage Nation. I hope you've enjoyed the nutrition segment. It's good for your health.
Savage.